Hello everybody. If you've been looking at my other videos on this channel, you'll see that I had some car trouble caused by other people, and my insurance company, they're just giving me the brush off, saying that all my problems is normal wear and tear. One of my other videos I showed some lab reports, and the particle count conducted by the laboratory indicated that there was very high levels of very fine contaminants inside my lube sample. And what I'm doing today is I'm going to show you some of the filters I purchased for my Mercedes, because the insurance company is just impossible to deal with. They don't want to pay on my claim, and I'm to the point now where I have to get the car fixed. Let me show you three oil filters. This one I bought from an AutoZone store, just because they had it on the shelf and it was fairly inexpensive. This filter might be in the car for an hour, and it's mainly to trap some of the larger particles floating around in the system. The finer particles will have to be drained out with the oil because there's no filter small enough to capture them. My particle test identified high levels of 4 microns, 6 microns, 14 microns is the next level, and this filter right here is intended to capture around 17 microns. Anything larger than that, the filter should capture. Anything smaller than that, it'll pass right through it and continue to circulate through the system and sandpaper the engine apart. I'm kind of impressed with this STP filter because it's, in my opinion, STP don't make the best filters, but when I take it out of the package, it's sealed in plastic. That's their number on the end, and it's sealed up so dirt cannot get in the filter during storage. Now that was kind of impressive to me. Let me show you the kit that comes in these. There's a sealing O-ring, and there's a couple of copper washers to seal the canister up so it doesn't leak. When you put one of these in, make sure you change the O-ring, or it's going to give you trouble. I work on larger Mercedes engines, the 4000 series, and they're similar. They're just a lot bigger. Let me show you some Wix product. This was purchased from O'Reilly's. It's the same thing, but it's made by Wix, and you can see it's not sealed in plastic. And if you look carefully, it seems like it has a lot of openings in the paper, and of course it's got the metal canister so it doesn't collapse. I'm not sure if this filters from the inside or from the outside. I'm not clear on that. I believe it filters from the inside, and there's quite a bit of metal inside here to protect the paper from bursting. I also have a NAPA filter. It's made by the same company. If you look at this, it's going to be identical. That's the one I purchased from NAPA the other day. And if you look at it, it's identical to the Wix. Even the color of the paper is the same. No plastic. And they also have the same seal kit in them. It's just counterproductive for me to show you each one. Also on the NAPA number, see how it says 1289? Sorry, I'm a little disorganized. This says 1289 also. Maybe you can see it. It starts with a 5 for Wix, and then it goes 1289 like the NAPA number. A lot of people don't know that. CarQuest filters are made by Wix also. Let me show you a couple other filters I bought. This is the fuel filter. It's a spin-on filter. It's like any other oil filter you see on a car. But this is a fuel filter. It's got a very small hole in it. These collect water on a diesel. So if you start having drivability problems in the cool weather, you need to change this out, because you're going to have some water in it. There's also some fuel additives you should run in your diesel fuel to help with combustion and combat the problems with water, but try to avoid alcohol products. And the transmission filter. This one I ordered with the rubber gasket. It's reusable, because I've got a feeling that once I separate that, the rubber's either going to be shrunken or it's going to be hard and may not seal. But you can buy the filter kit by itself and reuse the gasket if it's not been baked on there real bad. Like I said, I haven't changed this filter in a long time, so I just ordered the kit with the gasket, and I think it was around maybe $8 or $10 more for the gasket. It just depends on your parts guy. I wanted to kind of share with you what I'm doing with Mercedes, because I'm fixing to change all the fluids in it, including the filter in the power steering unit. Yes, it has a filter in the power steering unit. A lot of people don't know that. But one of the lab reports I had said the fluid was real nasty, and I've run a quart of clean fluid through it. And how I did that is I'd add a little bit to it and let it circulate, and then I'd suck it out until the pump started to cavitate, and I'd add new fluid to it, and I'd cycle the wheels a little bit, and I did that about 4 times until I'd run about a quart of fluid through it. And I also add a little bit of Marvel's mystery oil when I first start, and that'll help dissolve some crud that may be in the system. And these are just some tips of how I do maintenance on my vehicles. And this is Mercedes is kind of a pain, because I've done 2 oil changes on it already, and it still has grit in the oil. And I'm kind of frustrated about that, and I'm going to end up buying a bypass filter kit and installing it on the car to capture the very fine particulate matter that keeps it washing out of the oil cooler and the heat exchanger. I'd actually like a little feedback if anybody else has a Mercedes. So I'm not exactly clear how to install a bypass filter without drilling a hole in the oil filter cartridge and tapping a new hole for it, because I really haven't seen any plugs in the engine where I could just take one out and install the line to the other filter. This is my dilemma here. I'm trying to get the car so it's drivable without destroying the engine just by normal driving, or the transmission, or any other thing that one of these vandals had come around and sabotaged. Thanks for your time, and have a great day.